Hello, I am back today with UberChic Beauties Collection 21, and I'm going to do something a little bit different than I normally do today. I'm actually just going to go ahead and start this video off with a quick scroll through of each of the plates, because I know that there are some people that, they kind of want to just get a look at the plate in real time. So let me do that for you there. And then here is 2103. Awesome. Boop. All right, so let's go back to 2101 and we'll talk about my ideas here. It's coming up on the holiday season as I'm looking at these. So when I look at this, I see Christmas ornaments. So you don't have to use them for that. They're this beautiful bulb-like kind of shape though, but I see especially kind of stylized Christmas ornaments there. I love this, like the cubes together, but the lines are fuzzy. I think that gives that really interesting texture. And if you look like right here, because I can see cubes in it, but if you look right here, it's also almost like a snowflake. So it's almost like snowflakes crystallizing on your window. Love that. Love the brick pattern. It's also kind of like, a modern art sort of pattern as well. Dots, that can be snowfall. It could be just a dotacure for whatever you want it to be. I love using that kind of stuff for guides for dotacures. Love this gorgeous little pattern here. It's very mosaic-y. She always gives you some kind of beautiful mosaic. And then this is like a circular mosaic. And I love, like, this obviously goes with this. And she always gives you these little ones that go with the full nail images. But I love how, each of these could kind of potentially go with each of these other. So this, I think, is meant to go with this one, and it does, but I think, you could play around with all of those different shapes. Love these kind of waves. These would be great. They almost has a marble look, and they'd be great on their own. They'd be great as texture under other things, especially like for the Christmas season. This almost has a wrapping paper feel to me. Love this sort of medallion layered up in here. Gorgeous. And then we've got this texture kind of flowery pods that you could do to make look like any kind of color of flowers. I adore this little winter fox. Oh my gosh. So this is her, these are her suggested colors, and I love that she does that. I mean, of course you can do whatever you want, but it's nice to have like a guide to just try out. So here she says start with like a brown red, and then stamp this in white, because that's going to be the little like the bib and the little paws, and then pink. So you want to dress your little fox up in feminine little pink, and here's your outline in black that you're going to do last but not least. So maybe you don't like pink, maybe you want your fox to be dressed up in red, and that's fine too. She usually always gives at least one kind of infinite image space so that you can pull a bunch of different kinds of flowers. I really do need to cut myself a new one of these, because this is starting to show a lot of love. You can kind of take that there and cover your full nail. You could take a smaller area and get more detail in that. You could get sort of more leaves, or just smaller flowers of the edges of the flowers. So you can pull from all different kinds of areas and get the same style and the same basic image, but have every nail look different. You can play around with those free edges in there as well and get some gorgeous looks. I actually think that this goes really well with that. Even though these flowers are slightly different, I think you could mix and match those images really, really well. Love the little dotted lines here. This has almost like a Polynesian feel to me, like, I don't know, kind of, or like an Asian feel, like a kind of a bamboo sort of feel to it. Another little kind of mosaic, and a single flower here to match with this. Don't forget, I always tell you guys, don't forget, anytime you have a free edge like that, look at how gorgeous that would be on your half moon. Take advantage of the times when you get that free edge, as opposed to just that stark line, and play around with the placement on your nails. All right, here is 2102. She's so good about giving layered images in each set now. And of course she gives you these lovely negative space images, so you can celebrate those specialty polishes that we all love. This is fun. I'm wondering if you could layer it, although I'm not sure why you'd want to, because then you would just be blocking out all of your base polish. But you definitely mix and match. This is definitely meant to be layered. See, and she always has those little indications for you. But sometimes I found some of the other ones you can layer them too, depending. Life is short, make it sparkly. Love that. A couple of little dots here to go in with all your flowers. So here's another layering one, so you can, and what I love about this too is that you can still let that hollow shine through and yet layer it over with a different color, so you can get your different colors there. This reminds me of Mardi Gras beads, which will be coming up before you know it. We're already at the holidays. Oh my gosh, how did that happen? Wow. This looks to me almost like dragon scales or something, but kind of sideways. I love that. And I love, this is just like a piece of jewelry. I could see that also. That would be a great thing to have, like, that would be great to have coming down from your half moon area. And you could mix and match like with little gems or studs. They're like the diamond shaped studs on some of your nails and this on some, even layer them. That would be really fun. Love this. These are the kinds of images that are so intricate and so detailed that, you know, all you got to do is stamp this in gold over something. And it's just going to be gorgeous. How could it not be gorgeous? So that's another thing about, you know, her plates, is she gives you all kinds of different, you know, simple things that you can do, complicated things you can do. Here's the full nail image that goes with that. And then I love this. And I love, again, that she gives you that free edge, because then, like, you could have this coming over. You could have that coming over the side of your free edge like that. I love that. Oh, that's gorgeous. Ooh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this for a French tip. How cool would that be for a French tip? Oh my goodness, that's gorgeous. Yes, always, always, always play around with those free edges. Love this, kind of like an Art Deco chain link fence. And then we've got the 60s sort of spray of little asterisk-y kind of flowers. Again, with this, same thing. Notice this is an enlarged version, part of this. But again, play around with how gorgeous that's going to look coming up off your nail. Oh, stunning. Some more geometrics. Oh, and I love it when she gives the horizontal version and the vertical version, because sometimes, like on this, you know, maybe if I want to do this vertically, this direction of my nail, maybe I don't want to just get the dots in the center. Maybe I want that kind of a look vertically up on my nail. So that gives you the option. And don't forget, again, anytime I see dots like this on images, I think about the dotacures that you could do with it and how you could go in with different you could go with different size of dotting tools and different colors and just have a blast with that. And then of course you've got this one coming here. Imagine like you have part of your nails done up with these, and then you've got like just that coming down on one. I mean, even just having that coming down just on an accent nail and having your other nails have nothing, that would be beautiful. Even if you just wanted to use that as a guide for placing rhinestones, gorgeous. Because, you know, I don't always have the best, you know, sense of placement sometimes. And I kind of get things a little bit off center or whatever. So having a guide, you know, that's no joke. Love the slashes here. This is great, especially during the holidays. You know, if you stamp this in gold or silver on just about anything, you're going to have a holiday look. Okay, and here is 2103, and I love how instead of just the normal checks, we've got this. It's like cloth that's floating in the breeze, and the same thing with these stripes. And I'm wondering if you could layer that. You might be able to. I'm not sure. Cute little medallion. Love the hot air balloons that you can layer and get your different patterns and your different colors in. And then, of course, she's giving you some clouds that you can play around with. So I love this kind of chintz pattern that you've got going here. Now, you can... This is meant to be layered, this first, then this, then this. But notice you could even just use those two in kind of like a standard chintz sort of look. You don't have to do that. So we play up to, you know, play around with it to get the look that you want. Bring that up off your nail. Gorgeous, just stunning. I mean, or, you know, you can have that coming right in the center, and don't forget to play with that little one. So how cool would it be to have like that on one nail, that on one nail, and then that in the half moon area of, you know, a different nail. So play around with that kind of stuff. And then of course you've got your little single one here to match with this. Nothing but blue skies. That's the old Bing Crosby song, I think. Anyway, really old, before my time, and so you know it's old. Love these kind of scribbles. This reminds me of like the rickrack. This reminds me of the rickrack that they used to put like on kids' dresses, like way back in the day. That's, yeah, so you can play around with that. I bet you could layer that too, but again, I don't know why you'd want to, because that would, maybe if you layered, like if you did like these two, and then stamped this one over it, so you had one color here and the rest of the color is your base polish. Of course, you could probably just do the same thing with the gradient. Okay, never mind, I'm going to shush now. Love this, just very geometric. You could play around with gems with that. And so this is the first time I've seen her do one of her really intricate flowers in a layering design, and I gotta say I love it. So you've got this really gorgeous, almost brushstroke background that you can do under this gorgeous kind of daisy. And then, of course, you can do the stem in a different color, and you can do that little pop up there in a different color. Make it like a black-eyed Susan, whatever you want. Love the geometrics of this. And then again, play around with this gorgeous, gorgeous way to get, like, how gorgeous would that be? You could do it the opposite, right? And you could have, so you could have that around the base of your half moon. You could have just those flowers there as like a French tip, so that you've got your color here and you've got a different color underneath there for your French tip. All kinds of possibilities with that. And then you've got this these other kind of black-eyed Susans or daisies or sunflowers, I think even they could be, to go along with that. This reminds me of like the old video games from like the 80s. I love you've got these two complementary patterns here that you could play around together with, and of course the smaller scale here. But I just really even just love that on its own. How pretty that is. Even if you just did like that on one nail and that on a different nail, those could be really beautiful together. And then you've got your little single one here to play around with, and Sunny. So UberChic Beauty full nail images are always 1.7 centimeters wide and 2.1 centimeters tall. And then let me give you a quick shot here so you can get a feel for all of the awesomeness in the center. And then the same thing here for 2102, and then the same thing for 2101. All right, for my stamping test, I'm going to use Sally Hansen Insta-Dry in Plummet, maybe Plummet. And I'll do at least one layering image, and for the other layer I will use Retail Therapy, also Sally Hansen Insta-Dry, and I will use my clear stamper. Gorgeous image, beautiful transfer, and this has nice big solid areas, and that came out beautifully. Very nice. And that's sort of a combination image and just gorgeous. Love that. You just don't get better fine lines than that. Beautiful. Alright, let's move on to 2102. Cute little flower. And there it is on the nail. There's that second layer. And there the two are together. And there's that shattered glass image. There it is on the nail. And there's that second layer. Gorgeous lines. Look at that. Oh, that's so fun. Can you imagine, like, with a hollow stamping polish in there and then your lines over it? Oh my gosh, that would be so amazing. And there's that little jeweled one. Love it. And I hurried, so I got a little off center, but you can see how it looks on. Alright, and now 2103. Beautiful. Oh, that's so bold and beautiful. And that one has a combination of the bold solid area and the finer lines. Very nice. And those are definitely bold and solid and fun. And there it is on the nail. So yeah, as always with UberChic Beauty, great quality, great variety of images, and everything that you want, from negative space to little gorgeous fine lines, layering images and everything. And as you can see, the quality is just gorgeous, so I will link everything down below, and thank you for watching. What's wrong, baby girl? I'll feed you in a minute. Just let me finish the videos, okay? I love you. It's going to be gorgeous. Any chance we could stop that? Come on. Thank you. Yes, I get it. You guys are hungry. I get it.